bigcal, and welcome to my world. So last night, 11 o'clock at night for the UK, we had a new Nintendo Direct, and I watched it, made plenty of notes, actually a lot more than I was expecting, because there was quite a lot of stuff shown. So I just want to go over, what Nintendo showed. And firstly, let me just say that I enjoyed it overall, thought it was a great presentation. And I was one of hopefully the many who didn't go in expecting big, massive, amazing announcements. Because every time Nintendo announce a Direct, everyone thinks that they're going to announce, a brand new everything. And then they're always disappointed. It's like, fuck Nintendo, no, they didn't announce this, they didn't announce that. It's like, well, Nintendo never said they were going to announce it. Why the fuck are you complaining? Stop complaining, shut up! And it, pisses me off. So yeah, I went in just expecting them to show off, games that we basically already know about, and that was kind of exactly what they did. So they started off going through the 3DS, and they began with Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So the main story is this, that Necrozma, was that the sort of main villainy Pokemon from the first Sun and Moon? Because I can't remember it, but everyone seems to know it. So this time it takes over Solgaleo, whatever it's called, and Lunala. It takes over them and creates new dark forms of them of whatever. So that's those are the main Pokemon that you'll be facing, depending on which version you got. Some new locations, including the Surf Beach and Valley of Pikachus. So it'll be interesting to find some more locations you can visit in the same region. Some new outfits. Yay, okay. Early purchasers get a special Rockruff, which can evolve into Dusk form Lycanroc. Or Lycanroc, whatever. Okay, yeah, that's magical. I'm sure I'd totally use that Pokemon. If you buy the game on the eShop by sometime in January, you get a whole 12 Quick Balls. Magical again. Oh god, there's 2 new Pokemon. Ultra Beasts. Oh my god. Ultra Beast Burst and Ultra Beast Assembly. And, oh, Jesus Christ, these look awful. Just utterly terrible. I'll put pictures of them on the screen. Just stop coming up with new Pokemon, please. Just stop. Leave it as we are. We don't need any more. Maybe just, reuse some of the older Pokemon and give them bigger roles in the games, and revisit regions and things like that, and, let us access previous regions in games. Seriously. Are we really at the point where we can't fit all the regions onto a single game? I mean, look at what Satoru Iwata did with Pokemon Gold and Silver. He basically, managed to squeeze 2 games into a single cartridge back then. And what are Game Boy cartridges? There's a meg of memory on them or something stupid. And they managed to squish down 2 entire games essentially onto 1 cartridge. Are you really saying that on the 3DS with the 3DS cartridges we cannot have multiple regions? Yeah, bollocks. Just get it done. But anyway, yeah, they just look terrible, those designs. It's launching November 17th. Woo! And, there's also in Europe, I believe. I don't think, because there were different versions of the Nintendo Direct. I obviously watched the one in Europe. And we get a new special edition new Nintendo 2DS XL in the design of a Pokeball. Picture on the screen. And it looks amazing. I don't think the US got this one, so poor you. But yeah, it looks fantastic. Just a shame I have a new 3DS XL and just a basic white one, so I don't get any special edition versions. And still keeping with Pokemon Gold and Silver for the Virtual Console. They are coming out. Okay, I didn't put a date down, but I think it's at the end of the month, isn't it? Here in Europe only, I believe it is, online and in store, we're getting the limited edition box editions, where we essentially get boxes like the old Game Boy Color boxes that they originally came in, only inside will just be a download code. I have pre-ordered a copy of each, So look forward to those. And pre-ordering gives you a Celebi to download either on Sun or Moon or Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, depending on which version you want to have him on. So, that's pretty cool. Is Celebi a good Pokemon? I don't know. I never really bothered with it back in the day, but yeah, I'll certainly download it. Okay, and then we moved on to Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions. We didn't know about this, obviously. It's a remake of the Game Boy Advance game with a new quest mode focusing on Bowser's Minions searching for Bowser. So that'll be very interesting to see. I never got to play the first one, so I'll definitely be looking to pick this one up. New stamp sheets, yay, but I think you can get items from them, so whatever. And this releases on the 6th of October, along with a Goomba and Koopa Trooper amiibo. So if you're into amiibos, there's 2 more for you. We had Kirby Battle Royale, which is like a weird fighting game. You've got a Battle Arena mode, or Express mode, copyability battles, single player mode, online battles, and it comes out on 3rd of November. Just keep to traditional Kirby games, please, Nintendo. That's all I'm interested in, and I'm sure that's all a lot of other people are interested in. Layton's Mystery Journey, Catriel and the Millionaire's Conspiracy. Okay, so Professor Layton's daughter, it's the 7th game in the main series, comes out on the 6th of October. I've never played the Professor Layton games, I've just never been interested in them. Then they showed some fashion crap thing, whatever, not even going to bother talking about that. Ooh, Minecraft! I'm terribly excited for that game, as you can tell. This is the new Nintendo 3DS edition, so given the name, I'm assuming it's the exclusive just to the new 3DS or new 2DS. So, like Xenoblade Chronicles Remake will only work on the new 3DS and 2DS systems, not the older models. I don't really think they made that clear enough, to be honest. It might confuse some people. It's just Minecraft. You can choose between buttons or touch controls. That's nice, I guess. And it's coming soon to the eShop, and then later in physical format. Mario Party, the top 100, 100 minigames from previous games all piled together, comes out January 2008. Whatever, never cared for the Mario Party games, but if you're into that, that's cool. 100 minigames, yay. Metroid Samus Returns, that is coming out tomorrow, the 15th of September. So that looks pretty cool. I will definitely be wanting to pick that up at some point in time. They have a new Nintendo 3D XL design. We've already seen this, but it's the Super Nintendo edition, and it looks fantastic. And why couldn't they brought this out last year when I was actually looking to purchase a 3DS system? I ended up, like I said, with just a basic white. And then also on the same day, they both get released on 13th of October. Both meaning the 3DS system and some new Nintendo Selects, which we already knew about, but we got the date. Luigi's Mansion 2, Kirby Triple Deluxe, and Super Mario 3D Land. Very much looking forward to getting Luigi's Mansion 2 and Kirby Triple Deluxe for a good price. Already owned Super Mario 3D Land. Got that for the best price that I could at the time, which still not the best price, but yeah. Now you can get them nice and cheap. They showed Alliance Alive, which is a retro-style RPG from Atlas, and it'll be released in early 2018. So, everyone knows Atlas, I'm sure by now, very synonymous with RPGs. Could be good. Could also be kind of standard and boring. Etrian Odyssey 5, Beyond the Myth, comes out autumn 2017, and there's a demo out now. The 5th game in a series I've never played or ever really heard of. Okay. Then we had Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney. It's coming out in November 2017. Never really bothered with the Ace Attorney game, so I have no real thoughts on that. Fire Emblem Warriors, 3DS versions, coming out the 20th of October. Whatever. Moving on now to the Nintendo Switch portion of the Direct. They started off with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, or Xenoblade Chronicles 2, depending on how the fuck you want to pronounce it. We got a decent introduction into the world, and all the titans, people live on them, there's all the different factions, what they all do, things like that. That was pretty cool. And then they had one of this like old grandpa titan talking, introducing the game mechanics, and oh my god, it sounded awful. It just really, really bad, and the voice acting sounded terrible as well for the characters in the game. Not a good sign there. Comes out on the 1st of December though, and there is going to be a collector's edition, I believe, with an art book, a steel case, and a soundtrack. They never explained what was in it, they just showed a picture, so I'm thinking that's what it was. And there's also going to be a Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Pro Controller special edition. It just has, I think, red handles and a big X on it. Yay, worth spending more money on. Splatoon 2, there's going to be some more stages, new weapons, and more to come still after that. So that's great if you've got it. Keep bringing out content to keep it fresh. Fire Emblem Warriors, the 3DS version, also coming out the 20th of October, the Switch version, coming out the 20th of October, same as the 3DS version. Lyn from the Game Boy Advance game is going to be in it. I've never played the games, not interested. 2 new amiibos coming with it, and the special edition has some cards and a 3-disc soundtrack. Snipper Clips Plus, going to be a new version of the game with some new modes and extra content, and you'll be able to buy it as a full game with all the exclusive content, or if you already own the original, you can download the DLC, so that's good. You're not having to buy both versions of the game. Morphe's Law is a new local and online team-based shooter, which looked kind of interesting. You got shape-shifting robots, and the shift shapes depending on where you get shot or where you shoot an opponent. If you shoot someone in the arm, your arm will grow bigger, their arm will grow smaller. So it's kind of cool, and your abilities change with it. Jumping, grappling, probably some other things you've not mentioned. It seems like kind of a cool idea, to be honest. It could be interesting. And that's a timed Switch exclusive coming out in winter 2017. So probably be out on other systems early 2018. They showed off Rocket League again. The Switch version, of course, gets a Mario, Luigi, and Samus car. And rather than just having access to them straight away in the game, you actually have to unlock them, which is, nice. I like that. Unlock things. That's cool. Local wireless multiplayer will also be exclusive to the Switch version, and that's out in winter 2017. Never been bothered about Rocket League myself, so it is what it is. Arena of Valor was showed off. It's a MOBA game, and there's a beta test coming out in winter 2017. It's just a MOBA game. It just looks like every other MOBA game out there. Whatever. Skyrim, they showed that off. You can get a Link outfit and equipment. You can either get it from the Link amiibo or by finding it in the game. And that comes out the 17th of November. So if you haven't played Skyrim yet, you'll be able to play it on the go. I've never played it, but I'm not that interested. I gave Oblivion a go back in the day. I own it on the PC. Just never got into it, so it doesn't bother me. One announcement for some new games that I wasn't expecting. The Switch is getting Doom, the new Doom, and Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. Yes! 2 excellent games. One game that I know is excellent because I played a bit of it on the PC. The other game I'm assuming is going to be excellent because it's just Wolfenstein shooter. It's going to be good, right? So Doom's coming out in winter 2017. Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, coming out in 2018. That is great to get some real hardcore shooters to the system. So that's good. Flip Wars is apparently a game that's already out. Whatever, there's a free update with new online battle mode and local wireless play. So if you've got Flip Wars, there's something new for it. They unveiled the Arcade Archives, the original Mario Bros. Arcade game, and there's going to be more to come later, like the Mario Bros. Versus, Balloon Fight Versus, and all the others. Basically, the black box games, as they're known as for the original NES, the majority of those, if not all of them, were based on arcade games that Nintendo had before the release of the NES. I think the arcade games were sort of If these do well, we'll release a console type thing. Gotta say, not really fussed about that. Is anybody really that excited to play the original Mario Bros game? And not Super Mario Bros, the original Mario Bros game, where you've got the pipes and you run around and you hit the Koopas from underneath and then you run up and hit them again and they die. And the controls are really slippery and awkward and it's not fun to play these days. So not really something to get excited about, in my opinion. I think most people probably just prefer if they actually got the virtual console properly up and running. But yeah, whatever. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, the Champions Amiibo figures come out on the 10th of November. I think they're only available in the 4-pack, not separately, and they give you in-game items. There are some sports games coming out for the Switch, and while I'm not particularly interested in the majority of them, I think this is great for the Nintendo Switch, because when was the last time a Nintendo console had, the official sports games? I mean, when did they last have FIFA? The GameCube? An NBA game? Probably the GameCube again? And WWE game, they had them on the Wii, but they were just PS2 ports. After the first two, they tried motion controls and gave up. So, the Wii U didn't have any of this shit. So we have NBA 2K18 coming out on the 15th of September in the eShop, and then sometime in October physical. WWE 2K18 just says coming soon, and FIFA 18 is coming out on the 29th of September. So yeah, that's going to be really good to for the whole third-party interest in the system, and of course it'll hopefully people who look at some of the Nintendo exclusive games think, yeah, they're good, but they're also missing all these other games that I want. But now they might actually be getting those games on the system, so it might convince more people to get a Nintendo Switch. The Pokken Tournament DX, the demo is out just now, and it's released on the 22nd of September. It's just a remaster, re-release of the Wii U version with like a couple of extra things. Wasn't a fan of it at all when I played the demo version on the Wii U, but yeah, maybe more people are interested in it. Who knows? Then we had a new Square Enix RPG, and the working title at the moment is Project Octopath Traveler, and this looks fantastic. They described it, the graphic style, as HD 2D, and it looks stunning. It does. Definitely visually looks like a game you would enjoy playing. It's a Square Enix RPG, so even at its core, if it's basic JRPG style battle system, it'll still be somewhat fun. But of course, here the main selling point is that you have 8 different characters to choose from at the beginning. They all start off in a different land, and they all have their own story. And then I'm assuming it all sort of comes together, and eventually it'll turn into the same story, just take different paths to get there. Then each character has a unique way of interacting with people, like you can allure them with one of them, and they basically join you in battle and follow you and things, or one guy can fight everybody he meets, to gain the respect of the person, to get them out of the way if they're blocking something, or to uncover hidden enemies, things like that. It seems like an interesting idea. The demo is available now, apparently. I'm quite surprised at that, because they haven't even got a full title for it yet. And it will be releasing in 2018. So definitely one to look out for there. People, if they're still playing ARMS, there is a new update for it with a new character with 3 new ARM parts, a new stage, and you can now customize controls, which I think is it should be standard for any fighting game out there. Customizable controls. So very nice that they've added it in. I'm sure people have been pestering them for it, so it's good that they're doing it. And those updates should be available just now. Dragon Quest Builders is coming to the Switch. Of all the Dragon Quest games, not the one I would choose to put on the Switch just now, but whatever. It's basically, Dragon Quest Builders is basically Minecraft, but with gameplay. And in this case, action RPG. So you've got a story, and you got instead of a normal RPG, turn-based, it's action. So, yeah. And there's also a great Saber Cub, which is exclusive to the Switch version that you can ride about on, so it's faster, and you can get like certain items after battles based if you're riding on it or whatever. And that'll come out in spring 2018. Like I said, I'm not particularly interested. It's just, you know, Minecraft but with story elements. But buy it anyway. Everybody buy it so that they can see that Dragon Quest is wanted here outside of Japan. We want Dragon Quest. We want Dragon Quest. The new Kirby game that we saw, was it at E3 we saw it, is now called Kirby Star Allies. And as well as the 4-player mode that they sort of showed off, so it's like, yeah, you can have 4 people playing at once. If you're playing on your own, you throw hearts at different enemies, whatever enemy you want, and they will join your team. So that's cool. And then instead of like combining powers, it looks like you share them based on who you got on your team. So plenty of different combinations that you can do there and different things. Looks really cool. It's your classic standard Kirby game with just a little multiplayer thrown in there if you want it with other people or with the computer AI. So looks really cool. Definitely will want to pick that up when I get a Switch. And that comes out also in spring 2018. Then they showed off a bunch of eShop games that are coming out soon. We've got SteamWorld Dig 2 on the 21st of September. Admittedly, I've never played SteamWorld Dig 1, but I always hear great things about it, so that's cool. Golf Story, an RPG golf game. May sound odd on the surface, but from what I understand, some of the Mario Golf and Mario Tennis as well on the handhelds, Game Boy Color and that, had RPG elements in, so it's not that far away really. In terms of genres mixing together, it just looks like this is done in a different way, and it actually looks kind of interesting. That's coming out sometime in September. There was no official date. 9 Parchments, I have no idea what it is. They didn't really show much of it or say much, so that's coming out in winter. Battle Chef Brigade, not a fucking clue what this game is. It looks like 2 or 3 different things muddled together. That comes out sometime in 2007. Tiny Metal just looks like someone's trying to capitalise on the lack of Advance Wars being on Nintendo systems at the moment. It's a tactical strategy RPG thing with, you know, tanks and aircrafts and things. So I think a lot of people might get a kick out of that one. There was no release date for it at all though, not even the year. And then Super Meat Boy Forever coming out in 2018. I'm not familiar with this version of it. Does it have new content or something? Is it a different game altogether? I have to admit I haven't heard of the Forever version, so someone let me know in the comments. Then they showed off just a handful more non-indie games coming out. We got Lost Sphere, which is that another Square Enix game? Was it Square Enix? Can't remember if it was them or not. Yeah, but that's another JRPG coming out on the 21st of January. And looks really cool as well. But I'll wait because they're the ones who... what was the game called? I can't remember the last game, but it looked really cool. It was like inspired by, you know, all these old RPGs, and then it turned out to be a bit meh from what everyone said. Sonic Forces coming out on the 7th of November, whatever. Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 will be coming on the Switch on the 28th of November. Just remember, odds are you are going to need a micro SD card or whatever the Switch takes, because they are huge. They're going to take up huge amounts of space on your Switch. Even I believe, or card format. I think it still has to save a bunch of data onto the Switch, unless it's just the download versions. I don't know, but yeah, look into that first. Then LA Noire, of course, this was recently announced. It's coming on PS4, Xbox One, and the Switch. It's getting a HD remaster with some new content, and it's coming out on the Switch. A Rockstar game coming out on the Switch. Yeah! So you never know, we might get Grand Theft Auto 5 in a couple of years, because they're still throwing that game out, and it's still selling extraordinarily well. But that's nice, because we all know Nintendo and Rockstar kind of had a bit of a thing for a number of years where they hated each other. Or at least Rockstar hated Nintendo. But yeah, LA Noire, a game I really want to play. I've got it on the PC, I've had it for a few years, but the PC version is buggy as fuck and it crashes all the time, so I need a console version. I was thinking I could get it for the PS3 now, but I might wait, because by the time I get a Switch, I'll be able to get the definitive version with all the DLC. And then lastly, oh boy, Super Mario Odyssey. We know about this, we've seen a lot about it, heard a lot about it, but they showed off even more. Firstly, we know it's going to be 1080p 60 FPS docked, 720p 30 FPS undocked, so that'll be great. It looks as stunning as ever. The game looks fantastic. The top note that I wrote for Super Mario Odyssey is, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, want. So, yeah. They showed loads of locations that's going to be there, including some new ones. A snow level, which just looks wonderful because you can't quite see fully in front of you because of the blizzard. All looks fantastic. Not sure what's happened, but if the audio at some point during the video switches from this to that, it's because it appears to have stopped recording over here. Bollocks. Anyway, we shall just continue. So the snow level looks amazing. Then they showed off a beach level, which looks fantastic. I love the water the water looking levels in Mario. Actually swimming underwater and doing some of the things, which sometimes is a bit of a pain in the ass, but they always look fantastic. So I'm excited for that. The ship that you move around in is called the Odyssey, and that will take you to new locations. It's powered by the power moons, which they're obviously the main collectible in the game, and there are tons of them, utterly tons of them out there to collect. So say you only need 15 to move to the next location, there might be a total of 50 in that level, so there's plenty to go around. And if you're struggling to find some, there are hints available that you can get in the game, whatever. You can buy outfits and stickers for your ship with coins that you collect, whatever. Does anyone really care? There are a bunch of different mini games that you can do to collect power moons, and they'll all have online scoreboards for your times and things. There's a cool snapshot mode where you basically pause the screen and you can move around in the 3D world and set if you want it for just social media, or if you want a PC wallpaper, then you can rotate it, the camera, and have it for mobile phone, smartphone wallpaper. You've got different options. You can do filters and things like that, so that's a really cool idea. And the Wedding Amiibo sets coming out on the same day. You can get it in a pack of 3 or just individually. And there'll also be a Switch bundle, which will include the game and Mario-themed Joy-Cons, which at the moment just look red, but there might be some more detail. And then also, separately, there'll be a Super Mario Odyssey case to put your Switch in, which looks kind of cool. And of course, all those will be released on October 27th, 2017. Somebody please buy me a Switch in the game. So that was the Nintendo Direct for 13th of September 2017. They showed off a boatload of stuff, and almost all of it looks fantastic. It's going to be a hugely busy year for Nintendo with the Switch. There are so much good things coming out, even stuff that they didn't mention that will be out later in the year. We've got the new Yoshi game, which they never mentioned, which looks fantastic. There's a good chance the Pokemon game might be out next year, maybe. And then a bunch of other things. So, fantastic. And the 3DS is still getting some stuff thrown out as well. They said they weren't giving up on the 3DS. It was going to run side by side with the Switch. And so far, they're living up to that by giving us a bunch of great new releases. We're getting new models of it. Like I said, the new 2DS Pokeball version looks amazing. The Super Nintendo new 3DS version looks amazing. So that was a Nintendo Direct. Absolutely fantastic. Tons of great games shown off. And, I really need to buy a Switch soon because there's so many good games coming out for it. Well, I'm bigcal. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.
Bye.